Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest, where we are here with the Wayfinders pack. I guess we technically don't really need to send the pups in the den. I think we will set everyone out for the day, but yeah, thank you for your patience. I took a little break over Easter, but we are back. I think everybody's actually leaving without us, so we better hurry and catch up with them here. But in the meantime, I did want to say a lot of you guys had asked if we could name the mates of the pups that dispersed. So, of course, we had named Kenai's mate, Nita. She's way down here. We also have Elderberry to go with Huckleberry. And then, as you guys may have seen, we've named Aretha's mate, Thistle. And we haven't actually met Cascade's mate, so we'll have to see when we meet him. But for now, he remains mysterious. We'll see if Cascade ends up showing up at some point. She's been pretty busy up here. Still don't really know what she's doing. She seems to be contesting Lava Creek here. What is Carpenter Lake doing, for that matter? I really don't know what's going on up here. But yeah, as you guys pointed out as well, too, all of the rival packs on the map here have a home hex, which means that Aretha and Cascade both have pups of their own. So somewhere Aden has grand pups out there. We may meet them later in the year, depending if they make it to young hunters, but if we do, it's probably not going to be the friendliest of meetings, so such is the unfortunate way of the wolf. We'll have to see if we end up with any of those conflicts and what the result of them ends up being, but for now, the main thing that I think we need to do is find some food. The pups are at around 13 pounds here, so we're not too far out from the rendezvous site. Just a few more days and we'll be ready to head back. But in the meantime, you know what, the elk usually are not down here. Maybe we'll want to try to explore that. I always forget there's a waterfall like right next to where we live. I know that it's here. I have seen it. It seems very. Have we seen it in this season? I don't know that we've actually seen it in this season. Like, was it this dramatic the last time we encountered it? That's really neat. I always forget that this is here, and yet it is really not that far from where we've set up. But yeah, I think typically the elk herds tend to be back this way, so this is probably a better point to start looking for them. You know what? This actually might be better than an elk herd. You know, I'm all for free food, and I don't even smell any predators around it. It is, looks like it's 600 meters away, so there's a little bit left to go, but man, I like having the, what perk is it that does this? Which one is it? It's the, Knowing Nose, that's what it's called. I really like being able, or is that the right one? I always get that mixed up. Knowing Nose, yes, that one's the one that gives you sense. Knowing Nose and Health Perception are some of my favorite age perks here. Whoa! Those are not dead bison, those are very, very alive bison. But yeah, it's nice to be able to see, okay, yeah, there's a little bit of food left on it. In fact, for a bison carcass, that's actually quite a lot of food. That might be enough to feed everyone. It looks like there might be a wolverine on it too, though. Yeah, 200 meters, I would not be surprised. Well, a wolverine should be no match for a pack of our size. I think we should be able to chase it off pretty easily here. Get out of here, buddy. Whoa! He's going right for us here. You do have to watch that they don't get to claw you from underneath, because that's honestly pretty dangerous. They do a lot of damage when they do that. Exactly what I said. See, 54 damage from one hit. That is where you have to be careful of, but with enough wolves to keep them on the defensive, it usually doesn't end up being too difficult to chase them off. We are, however, scratching, which I'm not thrilled about. I forgot to check. Fleas are irritating. 3 more pounds left. Yeah, it's gonna be fine or I think 2 to 3 more pounds. Yeah, I think we'll be fine, but it's gonna get a little bit annoying here for a bit. Well, this is a pretty short day out, although why are all the pups back here behind the den? I'm not entirely thrilled about that. Let's see if we can bring some of them back. I guess most of them are following anyway. Would be bad if we had an attack at that point. But yeah, the territory is honestly doing okay. If we turn this on, there's only a few that are starting to decay. We'll definitely need to look at that more tomorrow, but that's all right. I don't mind taking a bit of a short day and hopefully not getting attacked by an eagle. We're gonna have to keep an eye. Okay, it's a bald eagle. We should be fine. But yeah, the pups are still little enough to get taken away, so we gotta be a little careful of that. Nevertheless, we've got our food, everybody's doing well. Let's go ahead and settle in for a bit of a rest. And another dawn arrives. It's been pretty quiet as of late. We've just been chipping away at marking some of the territory. I'll go ahead and turn those numbers off. It's decaying pretty slowly. It always feels so slow after going to, like, how fast it decays during young hunters, and then it really just kind of chills out a bit as everybody's busy with their own pups. But things are going fairly well. The pups are also getting pretty close to 15 pounds. In fact, 2605M, our biggest pup, is about to hit 15. Now, we're not quite ready to leave because 2606M is still only 13.7, but it is definitely something we need to start looking towards. And I think we're probably going to actually go back down there, because if I remember correctly, we went to a rendezvous site out that way instead of the one that we've been going to here. We've got problems. We've got problems. Pups in the den here. Who is this? Is this Lava Creek or what remains of them? I suspect that it probably is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't want them to be this close. Not with pups that are not in the den. No, 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 no. Okay, grabbing pup, grabbing pup, grabbing. Wait. Okay. All right, come here, come here, come here. Please let me pick up the pup. Please let me pick up the pup. Why am I not allowed to pick up the pup? There we go. As it's too late, goodness sakes. Well, that was eventful. Lava Creek. I had a feeling that was who was left here. They charged in pretty quickly. Which members of the pack is this? I think it's probably the two leaders. Right here, leader and leader. I think those are both here, so 14 and 18. Yep, indeed. And 24-13. I just didn't want to give him the chance to get close. You have a short little mangy tail to— or no, it's not short, it's very mangy. Get out of here. Yeah, I didn't want to give him the chance to run in like that, but that got a little tricky when the pups started to scatter. Anyway, as I was saying, I like the openness and the visibility of the rendezvous site that I think we went to down here, and that I think was a little bit better than having that one slope where stuff can sneak up to us. I'm trying to remember what exactly— I think that was why we ended up heading elsewhere. It's just a little bit easier to observe, but I think I liked that one more. In any case, I think what we'll probably try to do is just keep chipping away at the territory. We've probably got another day to kill before it's time to actually leave, and so hopefully we can make sure our territory is in good shape for when we have to worry about navigating that journey. Oh, and there we go. It looks like our pups have all reached 15 pounds. Apparently Denali was sleeping in the den, but the pups have now grown up. They're a little bit taller, a little bit lankier, and I think we're ready to head out to the rendezvous site, so we should be able to see that now. I think the one we're heading to is either this one or the one that's up here. I don't actually remember. Yeah, it looks like probably the one that's down here. Okay, that should be fine, I think. I'm just a little bit nervous because we have not had an attack for a little bit. Is everybody good? Let's just make sure. Gather all the pups together. Okay. I think we're fine. It actually sounds like there could be a calf, a hiding calf or a fawn somewhere around here. Interesting. Well, in any case, will everybody follow if we just set out? I guess so. All right. We'll make our way back across to the rendezvous over here. I see some deer down there. I'm just like looking to see if there's a mother or a baby anywhere. I don't know. It's very, very interesting. But I think it's definitely a relief to leave the den behind, because for as good of a den as it has been, scratching was getting a little bit unbearable. We spent most of the day out yesterday marking territory, and oh my goodness, every time I stopped it was scratching and scratching and scratching. That mechanic serves its purpose. It does a good job at giving you incentive to leave if it gets too high too soon, and to not just leave the pups in the den at every opportunity, but boy howdy is it annoying. It is intentionally so, but it is annoying. This time I do see the mother right over here. Oh, and Mulberry's injury healed. We got some injuries in a hunt yesterday. Are the pups gonna need help? The pups might need some help. They're a little bit unsure of this stream here. We might have to ferry them across. I'm so thankful that they no longer just drown. Oh, some of them are jumping in. It looked like 606, I think, just did. Oh no! 602 is going downstream. We should be good. Yeah, it's a lot easier now that the pups just do not die immediately upon contact with water. It's not quite immediately. Oh, 605, you got this? Do you need a hand? All right, I guess we'll carry 605 across. That's our biggest pup, but apparently he's nervous of the stream. He's not quite taking it as well as his siblings there. That's funny. He might be a little bit afraid of water. Now we'll give this elk a birth here, because we don't want to get in a fight with her if we can help it, unless we happen to stumble into her calf. But I think she'll probably leave us alone anyway with how large the pack is. A lot of the time they're kind of intimidated by that. And I think, yes, we're actually almost to the rendezvous here. We spent the summer at this rendezvous the previous year, and I just think it gives better visibility than being on the slope with that one area the one slope pretty cut off where you can't really see down it. And if I remember correctly, oh yeah, the glow stick is here too. That's always fun. If I remember correctly, we had called this place Geode Fields. And I think we will do so again and settle here for the summer. That worked out perfectly. I think we probably are not, yeah, I think we're too low on food to regurgitate now, unfortunately. We have to loaf at the rendezvous site, but I think everybody else is correct. We want to make sure we go find some food, especially because the territory is starting to decay, and I still don't know what Pine Fork is doing. That is Cascade and her pack. They're certainly having some interesting interactions with the neighbors, that's for sure. All the neighboring packs are doing very interesting things. You know what? I wonder if we can just ambush this elk here. See if we can get a good bite and swarm. She's going to be very high on strength, but if we can stop her from running off, we might be able to get her a little bit weakened. We're going to probably take an injury. Yeah, a couple of them are taking injuries in doing this, but you can see she is already weakening. Yeah, we should be able to just kind of ambush her here. When you can pull this off, it is very effective. However, a lot of the time they will see you coming and decide to get the heck out of the way. Understandably so, because getting mobbed by a pack of wolves doesn't exactly have a high survival rate in this circumstance. Ouch! Stop it! I wonder if her calf is around here still too. Might be a 2-in-1 snack today, but that worked out for us. Everybody should eat pretty well, and maybe we'll just do a brief little territory run after this. Make sure we get some of those hexes buffed up. And with that, a new day dawns here at the rendezvous site. The pups are growing quickly, but they've still got a ways to go before they're ready to learn to hunt. They're at around 18-ish pounds for the most part. Sounds like the pack is raring to leave, and understandably so, but I do think we are actually going to go ahead and leave this off here for today, because it is getting to be about that time again. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.